What if the world had never heard the name Jesus? What if the New Testament was never written? No churches, no gospels, no Christian Europe, no cross necklaces, no Christmas, no hope. That's the world we might have had without a man named Paul. Paul of Tarsus wasn't one of the original 12 apostles. In fact, back in 34 AD, he was still known as Saul. And he wasn't spreading the gospel, he was hunting Christians, dragging them from their homes. Until something happened on the road to Damascus. He claimed he saw a light, heard a voice. It was Jesus. That one moment shattered everything he believed. And from that day on, he lived with one mission: to spread his message to everyone, not just to Jews, not just to the locals, but across empires, across cultures, across the world. Starting in 46 AD, Paul began a journey that would reshape human history. Over the next 2 decades, he walked over 10,000 miles through scorching deserts, across treacherous seas, attacked by mobs, beaten with rods, thrown in prison, shipwrecked, starving, chained, and still he kept going because he had a message, and people were listening. In 49 AD, he wrote a letter to a small group of believers in Thessalonica. That letter, today we call it 1 Thessalonians. It's one of the oldest parts of the New Testament. Between 50 and 67 AD, he kept writing to churches in Corinth, in Rome, in Galatia, in Ephesus. He encouraged them, corrected them, taught them. His letters were copied, shared, read aloud in homes. They didn't just survive, they became scripture. Without Paul, the Bible as we know it might not exist. Now, imagine the world without Paul. No road to Damascus, no letters, no missions. Christianity stays local, a small sect in Jerusalem, eventually crushed by Rome. No churches in Europe, no Emperor Constantine legalizing the faith in 313 AD. No Christian art, no cathedrals, no missionaries. The phrase, love is patient, love is kind, that's Paul, 1 Corinthians 13. The idea of salvation by grace, that's Paul, Romans. Without him, we don't get a global religion. We don't get a gospel for the world. Christianity might have never made it out of the first century. Paul wasn't just a preacher. He was a builder. He built structure for a spiritual movement. He built language for a faith still finding its voice. He built bridges between cultures that had never heard of Jesus. And he didn't do it from comfort. He did it while chained, while bleeding, while hated. And in 67 AD, Paul was executed in Rome, beheaded for preaching the gospel. But by then, it was too late to stop it. The words had taken root. The churches had been planted. The letters were alive. Today, nearly 2 billion people follow the teachings Paul helped carry. So, the next time you open the Bible, pause, because without Paul of Tarsus, you might not be holding it at all.